Hello everybody. Welcome to Fancy Auntie Crafts. I am Angie and I am so pleased that you are here today. Thank you for stopping by. I am coming on today to do a make with you guys for a series that I am doing here on YouTube along with Anna G over at Making Joyful Journals. It is hashtag Faith-Filled Collaging 2026. This is our third year in this series and we are having so much fun with this. This is where we are combining our love for the Lord and our love for crafting and putting the two in together and just having a great time. We are doing bi-weekly collages using prompts, focal images, and Bible verses. And we are up to number 2 for the year. January 21st, the Bible verse is Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 through 8, and I'm terrible with that. I apologize. The focal image is alarm clock and the color is blue. Other than that, you can do whatever you want with your collage. It's just a guided collage make to help you out, get you kind of going, and just kind of let the Lord speak to you in your collage and just do whatever you want. The parameters are very limited this time, so you can get just as creative as you want with your collage make this year. Okay, we have provided the Bible verses as well as a focal image for you to use. All that information is in the description box below if this is something that you are interested in, and if it would help you to along with your make, feel free to download it. Okay. And these are all the Bible verses that we'll be using this year along with the images. Okay, really cute, very small. So if you're doing a small make, it's perfect. If you're doing a larger collage, then you can just really get creative and kind of add whatever you want in with your make. This is the image for this particular make. I am going to cut that out and use it today. But if you have something else in mind, feel free, do that. You don't have to use what we provided. This is just an extra for you if it so helps, okay? All right, how is everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I am doing well. I am working out of a collage book that I made out of jumbo playing cards. I just cut them in half. So my makes are going to be roughly, let me see, I don't know if I told you guys that. Yeah, it's about 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. Pretty good size, medium. So a good little real estate to work with. This was our last one that we worked with out of Psalms 1:1. Okay, and I've got some goodies here to work with. And here we go. Make sure I'm in frame, try and stay in the middle there. Let's start with cutting this out. And this is just kind of a watercolor image, so it's not anything that we need to be precise with. So I'm just going to kind of do like a little wonky cut here. Now this series is open to anybody that would like to join. So if this is something that interests you, please feel free. Join in. We're just in week 2, so you just are missing out on 1 week. You can start back at the first one or just jump in right where you see this video. We totally don't mind. We appreciate all the encouragement, all the views, all the comments, and all the interest in this series. Okay, but please let us know so we can support your channel and your videos and makes as well. Okay, so the color was blue, and I just went to my scraps and I had a few pieces of blue paper here. This is a bigger one. Okay, and they all come from a kind of a Bible related 12 by 12 paper pad. As you can see, there's some crosses on this, and then this is from the same paper pad as well. And I think I just recently did a make using some of these, and that's why I have these left over. Okay, so I thought I'd try and use up a little bit of this. So let's start. I don't know. These are kind of good size. Maybe I can get away with just, not quite, huh? Unless I piece them together, that kind of works right there. And I'm using blue. Now it doesn't have to be paper, it could be inks, it could be acrylics, whatever you want to do. Just get as creative as you want, guys. Just whatever speaks to you. Do your make however you want. This is just a guided. I think I'm going to use this background. Let me grab a pen somewhere. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see where I need to trim this down. Bring my cutter up for a minute. So yeah, please have fun with it, you know. Use up a little bit of this paper. So we'll put that off to the side. And that fits there. Perfect. And I have some rounded corners, so just to kind of keep it cohesive, we'll go ahead and give that a little rounded corner on the bottom. Looks good. We'll start there, and I'm kind of thinking as I go. All right, so there's my blue. We don't need that a second time, do we? I'm thinking I want to layer in, bring in some of that pink. You know what? I'm going to, now I'm not promising anything, but I think I'm going to make a bigger cross out of this paper. Maybe I can use a little. Let me move this out of the way for a moment. I'm just kind of winging this, guys, so hang in there with me, okay? Let's see. Maybe that's a little bit low. Maybe about there. Try and get it straight here. I'm thinking about making a little cross. All right, so let's see what the middle is here. 4 1/4. So that's 2 1/8 right there. So I just want to get the middle. That's why I'm working on the back side. You won't see this once we're done. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5/8 wide. Maybe about there. I don't know. Maybe about there. Let's see. It doesn't have to be exact. I just want to have some lines to cut because I'm not good at cutting a straight line. See how that looks. Maybe make these just a smidge shorter. Okay. Just bring the book back in. And that fits. Okay. I'm going to shorten this just a little bit. Okay, I like it. And I think I want to use ink on this one. And I just have my ground espresso on my desk, so we're just going to use that. Take away those white edges. Okay, that'll work. And then I want to use a little bit of this as well. Let's see how I can do that. I'm going to bring my cutter up for a moment. I think I'm going to cut these crosses out diagonally as they're printed. Maybe I can use a couple strips. I don't know. I just want to use a little bit of that, just a different shade of blue. Let's see how that will look. Maybe one more. Okay, let's see what we got here. Should I put them? I want to align the lines, but if I do that, the crosses will be kind of wonky. I see, because there it's straight. But if I go with the diagonal line on the previous page, then the crosses will be kind of wonky. I don't know. Does that look bad? Or is it my eyeballs? I don't know. Or is it that big of a deal? I don't know. I like that one. Let's put that one right there. I've got to get better at closing this after each use because it dries up quick and you're constantly picking at the top of it. Oh, see, I just got it crooked. Hang on there. I'm going to try and straighten this up a little bit. Ah, doggone it. Yeah, I think I want that to sit right there. Okay. And then I want to bring a couple more in down here somewhere. Okay. And I'm going to do one more. Since I cut it out, might as well use it. As I say, waste not, want not. You know, if that's what's speaking to you at the moment, go for it. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Now my cross. Okay, see how we want to use that. Now for the focal image, it's the clock. And the Bible verse. Now it is printed out in a really long format, and I'm not sure if I like that, but let's cut it out and see. I'm thinking I may have to break it up into smaller bits. I don't know. For some reason, that's what my brain is telling me. Okay, I'm going to grab my highlighter here, and I'm going to highlight the verse there. There. It does fit within my page. I don't know. That's going to be a lot of cutting up if I choose to break that up a little bit, so I don't know. And now you don't have to use these printed verses if you don't want to. You could write it out or, you know, do whatever you want to do. We're just trying to make it a little bit more convenient for those that would like. See, I'd like to maybe break it up into, but I can't just cut it right in half. That's the thing. I guess I'm going to have to leave it. Okay. So let me ink this. Okay. And then for the focal image, I want to trim that down a little bit. It's a little bit bigger than what I like for this particular, for the space here. Okay, a little bit better. Let's ink that. Or should we put that like right there? Well, I have some other clocks as well. I thought, I do like that cross right in the middle. So I'm going to put that down first, and then we'll work around that. I almost want to put this up on some foam tape. Let me see if I have some close at hand. Hold on a second, guys. I think I do. Yep. I think I want to raise that up just a little bit. Then I can tuck. Is that going to fit? Let me just cut a piece of that off. Very sticky. Okay. So now let me pull that backing away. Somewhat center that. Okay, I like that. See, and then I can kind of tuck them under a little bit. All right, well, this is about the only space for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and I'm going to use foam tape on that as well. And I'm not putting it in the middle of the cross there. So I'm going to lay it over the top. Just a little bit of dimension there. Okay. Put that right at the bottom. Okay. Now for our focal image. It's almost like the cross is the focal image, isn't it? But it's not. We got to get a clock in there. I printed up some other clocks that I had in a digital, and I wanted to just want to run a whole bunch of clocks all around, because the verse is about timing. It's all about God's timing. So I printed these out on a digital. Maybe a small one. Let's see what small one I have. Put that right in the middle. Turn this down a little bit more. That one's kind of big for my space. I guess I won't be able to use that one unless I raise this up and tuck it under. Let me see if I can get it up. But foam tape is really, really sticky. Okay. Let me put a little ink on this. You have to cut that little portion off. Yep, I can get it under there. Let's do that. Nice and easy. That'll work. I like it. Okay, let's put that back down. And I'll use this small one right in the center. And let's put these other ones in here. Yep, I like that. Okay, let's ink these up. I just want to cut this background out a little bit more. Now I've added my other elements, I'm kind of not liking that background. I'm cutting the legs off my alarm clock, so I'm going to tuck it underneath anyway so it won't show. Yeah, I like that better. Yes, I like that. And I'm going to put this one on some foam tape as well. Okay, I like it. Can I get this one in there? I think I can if I cut off this piece here. Down a little bit because I'm tucking it under anyway, so I can just kind of scooch it a little bit more. Yep, perfect. I like it. Get under there. Perfect. I like it. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to trim this a little bit. Excuse me for a second. Trim that off, trim that off. There. Oh, fantastic. Just fantastic. Now, where is, I'm going to bring in some glossy accents. Where do I want to put that? I think I want to put it over this entire clock here. I won't be able to close my book after I'm done. This takes a good 12 hours or more to really settle and dry. I like that. I think I'm going to bring in a little bit to just hand here. And maybe a little right there. And maybe this hand over here. Yeah, I like that. Just go into this hand also. Yes, I like that a lot. It's going to look really, really nice when that dries. Let me pop those little bubbles right there. Okay, I am calling that one done. Okay, guys, that's what I've got for you today. Let's read over this verse, run through the prompts again, and we're done. This is for Faith-Filled Collaging 2026, Week 2, Ecclesiastes, I cannot pronounce that word, 3 verses 1 through 8. The prompts and the focal image are alarm clock and blue, and I definitely have that. The Bible verse reads, For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under the sun, under the heaven, excuse me. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. It's all in God's timing, guys. Be still. Listen to him speak to you. Okay, there is a time for everything. I don't really have any room. I would really like to add, there's a time and place for everything. But I don't see really where I could write that. I'm pleased with this. I'm going to stop. Okay, guys? Well, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so very much for stopping by my channel. I hope you like this make today. Again, this is open to anyone that would like to join. Feel free. Let me know so I can support your channel and your videos as well. I would hope that you would hop over to my co-host's channel, Anna G, over at Making Joyful Journals, and see what she's making with the same prompts for this week. But as always, take care, God bless, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.